Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
These flags would normally be outside this Monroe VFW hall in the ground and wouldn't come out until July 4th. But now they're on the hunt for somebody who ruined all of that.
Plagued by blight and population loss, this local neighborhood is now getting a multi-million-dollar makeover.
A massive search and rescue effort now approaching 24 hours in South Florida after 55 units of a 12-story condo suddenly collapsed to the ground.
Well, we begin with wet weather headed our way.
Let's start things off here at 11 with Ben, who is tracking a severe weather threat. Ben?
Yeah, not just a few raindrops, guys. This could be some rough stuff, at least in the next 48 hours. What we have out there tonight has pretty much left us. We did see those showers earlier this evening. Those have since dried up, and we should be dry for the most part until we get towards tomorrow morning. So we're going to pick it up with the morning commute on Friday. Showers and thunderstorms going. I don't think that what we see in the morning is going to be strong or severe. That's going to come later into the afternoon, and you notice that there's not going to be a whole lot of breaks in between those rounds of showers and storms leading into the afternoon. But anything that we see in the afternoon and early evening hours, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible, and of course downpours leading to some minor flooding. And then we do it all over again on Saturday. Again, we could have a round of thunderstorms going in the morning to start our weekend on Saturday. So marginal risk for severe weather both tomorrow and Saturday. Those don't look a whole lot different. It is the lowest on the scale, so the chance is not that great, but we've seen it before last weekend. We've got to watch those very carefully. Coming up, of course, the amount of rain will be the bigger story going forward. We'll talk about flooding concerns and just how long this wet weather is going to last. All in a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. What happened to more than 100 American flags at a Monroe VFW post just after 5 o'clock this morning may not be criminal, but it was certainly disrespectful.
Yeah, the outrage around the community is growing, and as Jason Coldrup reports, they're hoping someone will see the surveillance video and identify the people who did it.
You just have to take a quick look around this Monroe VFW hall to understand how important the American flag is. And this pile of them should be in the ground outside dotting the property. But after what happened this morning, none of these flags can go back in the ground.
Put them out Memorial Day. They stay up there till the 4th of July.
Normally the outside of VFW post 1138 looks like this.
I was fuming this morning.
But when Post Commander Al Bond showed up on Thursday, it looked like this.
I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I was hot.
When he checked his security cameras, he saw what happened.
They're there.
3 people, appearing to be young women or girls, yanked all the flags up and tossed them by the dumpster.
They just chucked them over to the side of the wall there. They were on the ground on top of it.
Whether it was malicious, a prank, or protest,
Pretty disrespectful. Pretty disrespectful.
It doesn't matter if you ask any veterans around here.
By disgracing the flag, which they take pride in, their service, just doesn't show that you really care about the veterans here. And to me, that's intolerable. They're pretty sacrilegious, I would think. A lot of our members fought and died for that flag.
Yeah, and by the way, those flags can't simply be replaced because they all touch the ground. So now they have to be disposed of properly, which is what they do at the VFW for everyone in the community, and they're going to do it in this case. Back to you.
Jason, I'm wondering, are police involved? Did they call the police in this case?
They did call, and they get the impression police aren't quite sure what to do here. You don't know if there's a crime that's been committed, but they're getting a lot of information from their social media posts about this, a lot of information. Some people think it could be actually young men dressed as women, not sure why, maybe they're in disguise. But they say whatever the reason, a lot of the veterans will say, number one, they just want to educate whoever did this and explain why this is wrong and why those flags mean so much to so many people.
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah. Okay. Jason, thanks.
The Gratiot 7 Mile area is the next target for a major makeover. Tonight, after more than a year of working with neighborhood groups, city planners, and private partners, a new vision for the area has been unveiled. Mara McDonald live at 6 in Gratiot. And Mara, that would be the starting point of this complete street redesign, right?
Exactly, Devin. That redesign is supposed to go all the way down Gratiot to 8 Mile Road, but really it's just a portion of what is being dubbed the G7 project. Let me show you.
I decided that long ago that I'm going to be here, and I also decided if I'm going to be here, I want to make a difference.
George Preston grew up near 8 and Gratiot and lives here still, and yes, while his home is beautifully kept,
We know that there's a lot of work to be done.
Preston, who heads up the Mohican Regent Association along with neighboring community groups from Maple Ridge, Franklin, and Regent Park, well, they've been working with the city about how to inject millions of dollars to transform the area as part of the Strategic Neighborhood Fund, plus a gift of $5 million from Fifth Third Bank. The final plan looks to accomplish a lot, starting with what neighbors like Preston say is most needed.
They're doing what they can to help us with the blight in the community.
It's the #1 priority with the demolition of more than 130 unsalvageable structures, plus improving Heilman Memorial Park and then reimagining the streetscapes along Gratiot, repaving Kelly, and working on making retail micro-districts.
Some strategies we will use to do this include identifying buildings that are suitable for programs like Motor City Match.
All you have to do is look at the success of the Strategic Neighborhood Fund in areas like 6 and Livernois to see what can be accomplished.
Back here live, the G7 is the last of 10 Strategic Neighborhood Fund projects. They hope to get it up and running later this year. We're live tonight on Detroit's East Side on the Gratiot Corridor. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Let's hope. All right, Mara. Late tonight, Michigan House passing a bipartisan budget that gives a big boost to school funding. A record $16.7 billion going to go toward the school aid fund. All districts will get an equal $8,700 per student. It now, though, has to be approved by the state Senate and, of course, signed by Governor Whitmer. That has to happen before the deadline, which is coming fast. It's July 1st. A Detroit police officer is charged in the crash that killed well-known attorney Cliff Woodards.
Officer Tiara Funderburg is charged with manslaughter and willful neglect of duty. She's accused of speeding through a red light with lights and sirens on and crashing into Woodards' car on West Chicago near I-96. This happened back in February. She faces up to 16 years in prison if convicted. State Representative Jewel Jones is back in court in front of a judge today in connection to his drunk driving arrest, pleading guilty to violating his bond. It all had to do with Jones getting out of his court-ordered testing for drugs and alcohol to attend Michigan National Guard training at Camp Grayling. However, when the prosecutor found out he wasn't in Grayling the entire 2 weeks, he was in danger of being held in contempt. Well, today the judge ordered him to be immediately tested for drugs following the hearing and that he wear an alcohol monitor.
Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel releasing new information in her ongoing investigation into the Boy Scouts of America, saying she now believes there are hundreds more victims than previously thought.
Through the documents, we've been made aware of what we initially thought were perhaps 1,700 victims in the state of Michigan. That number has now increased to some 3,000 individuals that we believe were victimized due to their relationship with the Boy Scouts of America.
Nessel has released a public service announcement with information on how you can report abuse connected to the Boy Scouts. We've got the PSA on our website at clickondetroit.com.
Moving now to tonight's coronavirus headlines. The White House has extended the ban on evictions another month and says this is the last time the ban will be extended. Michigan Senate Republicans have voted to stop the extra $300 in federal unemployment benefits. Governor Whitmer is expected to veto the bill. Michigan reports 153 new cases and 28 deaths today. And experts are concerned about the spread of the Delta variant as it now makes up for 20% of all new cases in the United States.
This is the most transmissible of all the variants that we've seen, and we saw what happened in the UK where it overtook the entire nation. So I'm worried that's going to happen in the U.S.
The vaccines have been shown to be effective against the Delta variant, so doctors advise anyone who hasn't gotten the shot to get vaccinated. Well, there's another sign of progress at Detroit's upcoming skyscraper.
Crews started building the block portion of the new Hudson site. Bedrock tells us the steel structure will be built over the next 9 months. About 2 floors of steel will be put up every 3 to 4 weeks. Recently, the tower part of the skyscraper started to rise above street level, but it's going to start to get really fun to watch here as it takes shape.
Looking forward to it. All right, still ahead, new research reveals eating chocolate every day could help you lose weight.
Doctors never say, you know what, you need more chocolate. You need more French fries. You need more pizza. But here, we're on the headache, but important caveat. It depends on what time you eat it. We'll tell you about that coming up in just a minute.
Robbery on the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
A pizzeria worker has his phone taken and is forced into a cooler during a robbery. How he still managed to contact police.
55 units of a high-rise condo crumbled to the ground without warning. Tonight, the rescue crews are in a race against time, searching for survivors. That's next.